Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Rose, and this is the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 210. Joining me as always, Daniel Neverly.
What's up, gamers? What's going on?
Daniel, episode 210, halfway there.
Halfway to what?
Halfway there, halfway to episode 420.
Is that when we end the show?
No, I'm just gonna get really fucking high and come on here that episode and try to retell the entire story of Kingdom Hearts by memory.
By memory.
Memory.
Are you going to chain those memories together?
Ooh, that was good, Daniel. That was good. I'll go in and then it'll be recoded Connor here instead of normal Connor, you know? Or
Definitely.
what would my name with an X be? I guess Ron.
Well, you have
Ron
to move
X
things around,
Con.
right?
Yeah. You gotta like scramble the
So-
letters up and then throw an X somewhere in there.
You could do like Nork,
Ooh.
Norkno,
Nork, no.
and then put an X somewhere in
Just
there.
at the end.
No, yeah, I was getting there with a Norkno. Yeah,
Well,
you
here
have to put the X somewhere.
I'll up it a little and be like all the cool gamer tags back in the late 2000s, where it was just X, big X, little X, then like Iceman, Sniper, Elite Pro, XXX.
Ooh. Or I got it. You move the ends together. Keep the ends together. Then you do Zorkno.
Okay, that's
How about
an
that?
idea. That sounds like a Pokemon. That sounds
You're
like a Pokemon. Yeah. Speaking of that, the funniest gamer tag I ever saw was Darth Nipples. I remember that one had me laughing.
There was a lot of
Someone got Darth Nipples back in the
got
day.
through
Back in the day. I'll
all
never
the
forget
stuff.
this. I saw him on Halo Reach, and I just remember me and my friends just literally crying because it was like all me and my friends, and then Darth Nipples was the random that joined the team.
You gotta support those Darth Nipples.
And then there's a guy in Fable 2 whose name we could never figure out, but he was just like a ripoff of Darth Maul. I don't know. Did you ever play Fable 2?
No.
No, oh, okay. There's a villain in Fable 2 whose name we could never figure out because they like never say it for some reason. But he looks like Darth Maul. He's got a lot of horns, and we call them Darth Nipples.
Darth Nipples.
That's Darth Nipples. That's Darth Nipples. When they remake Fable 2 someday, I look forward to seeing Darth Nipples again.
They'll make a Darth Nipple joke.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. if they
You
named my
die.
character Darth Nipples. I would. I'd die right then and there. It would no longer need to live.
I made it. They did it.
Daniel. It's been another busy week. The world of video games.
Busy for PlayStation this week.
Busy for PlayStation. PlayStation's
Xbox
dead.
is about to die in 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, Xbox is dead in 20 minutes. We will have to cover the Xbox news next week on the show.
Sadly, they didn't do the thing.
Phil let us down. Phil knew. He was like, you know what? We're gonna go right at the same time as Nerdic Gods. Little bastard.
Yep.
He's trying to compete with us, Daniel.
Trying to compete.
He's trying to compete. We can't take this. First up, Sony's financial results from their Q3 have come in. The company set a new record for PlayStation console sales, selling 8.2 million PS5s, making the lifetime sales at 54.8 million units sold. And Marvel Spider-Man 2 has sold 10 million copies as of February 1st, 2024. Daniel, there's more news here, but let's just stop there for a minute. Talk about that. Pretty good.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the bad in the second half of this, but
okay.
There you go.
Yeah, Spider-Man in what, 4.5 months or so?
Yeah.
Not quite 5 months, but about 4.5 months. Doing 10
When
mil.
did it come out?
Like sometime in October,
End
right?
of October, right?
Yeah. So maybe closer to 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good for that game. I wonder if it's gonna keep going. I know that Miles kind of was like kind of there for a little bit, then kind of slowed. I'm not sure where Miles landed because every time I see the numbers for Spider-Man, they were combining Spider-Man and Miles. So like I don't remember exactly where Spider-Man is and exactly where Miles is. I think Spider-Man's like 20 something, right? I don't remember where Miles is. Or maybe it was 20 combined. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder if this is kind of where it's going to start teetering off, or is it going to keep selling? I'm not sure. Maybe they'll put it on a sale or something. But 70 is a lot, so yeah, like it's. I think what Spider-Man 1 was 60. Yeah, that's really good. 10 mil, still great, even though that's an expensive game to make. But yeah, the console sales, 54 for 3.5 years, right? Or not even 3.5, a little over 3 years, is great. Um, I would want to know, comparing to the console gens, like where was PS1 and PS2 and PS3, PS4 compared. But
So for 4, it is on par with 4 right now
okay,
because they caught up last year with
right.
PS4. Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah, PS4 did very well. I mean, this is probably going to be another 100 million console seller, I would assume. You would assume, but we don't know.
Yeah,
Seems like they're slowing a bit, but
I don't think it'll hit PS4. I think COVID's gonna
yeah, what
be the
120?
detractor too much. Yeah, about 120. Yeah, I don't think it'll hit there by the end of the life cycle.
Yeah, maybe be closer to
If I had to
PS3.
guess. Yeah, I think it'll hit 100 mil, but like just a little over. If I had to guess,
Yeah,
right around there.
and they're probably ready to move on by that point to PS6, I would assume.
Yeah, got to be by then. It's funny because in this as well, they said it was PS5 entering the later stages of its life cycle, but then it was actually
Makes
corrected
sense.
that it was the later half of the life cycle. But
Sure.
we already know when the console's coming out, so like I don't know why people are freaking out about this. It's
I mean, we
2028.
know,
We
but
know
we
plans
don't.
can change, but like in the
Yeah,
leaked documents, PS6 was 2028, so it's like
which makes sense.
yeah,
These past
and I
two
think they're
gens have
just
been
gonna
about
stick
8
to that.
years.
Yeah, and
Because I was
no,
gonna say, I think previously it was a little quicker for gens, and now we're getting about 7 to 8 years. So it
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, I think you got to keep it right around there. I've talked about it before in the show, but I would prefer if they stuck it with a decade. Just stick out the console
Yeah, but
generation for a
hardware
whole
moves
decade.
quick
It does. It moves very quick, but that's already a slow pace for how quick hardware moves. 8 years,
for sure.
it's like you could get one out way quicker than that.
Yeah,
And they're
every
probably
few
doing
years.
that. I mean, a lot of rumors indicate that we're getting a PS5 Pro this year, so we'll see.
Halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah, halfway through, and that's the same thing as they did last gen. A lot of people freaking out that they said the later stages thing or latter stages thing. And it's
PS5's
just,
dead.
yeah, and it's just like, it's like I understand a lot of people are just now getting PS5, so I can understand the frustration there. But it's like that's what happens every gen. Like I didn't get a 360 until like 2007, and that was already 2 years
Yeah.
after that. So, like I didn't get a PS3 till like 2012, like my own PS3. So
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I think that's just the way a lot of people work. Honestly, I think a lot of people need to be more comfortable with the idea of just staying on last gen for a while. If you're not that big of a gamer, and you don't really care what you're playing, like if you're just a COD and Fortnite guy, like I would just stick on last gen for as long as possible. There's really no
Yeah.
need to
I mean,
upgrade.
some people will wait and then buy that whole gen, and then they have a full gen's worth of games, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Especially if I had a
like
kid and I'm like a struggling parent, I'm like,
yeah,
like, dude, you're staying on fucking last gen. Don't even worry about the new games that are coming out. Like, there's far more than enough to play. Like,
you can't
imagine you
even
go out,
buy
buy a
all the
PS4 for like
games.
what 150 or whatever the fuck. You can probably get a Slim for. Go out buy that, and you can get a bunch of cheap ass games for like $100. You could probably get like I don't know, 8 games or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you don't have that much money, like that's a lot of games. Like
That's a
you
ton, right?
have so many games you could span out for a child like that.
Yeah,
Like that's
I got a
awesome.
kid, cheap ass PS4 and a bunch of RPGs. There you go. Leave me alone. There you go.
Yeah.
Parenting
How old's
people
your
right
kid?
there. Huh?
How old's your kid?
In this hypothetical situation, he's like 4. I don't know.
You beat your kid?
When I'm drinking heavily, of course.
Only when I'm drinking.
So I beat my kid with the PlayStation controller, Daniel. You like that one, yeah.
You choke him with the cord.
It runs out of battery halfway through beating him. It's like,
Ooh,
oof.
that PlayStation controller.
Damn PlayStation. You completely threw me off there. Okay. We get into the oh yeah, Spider-Man 2, 10 million. Yeah, great. On pace. Yeah, I do think it'll keep selling. IP games always keep selling.
Spider-Man.
It's can't tell you how many times we read off the Chicago numbers and we saw Miles or Marvel Spider-Man in there. So
Somewhere in the bottom 20.
I think
Yeah.
it'll just do that again. If I had to guess.
Especially if they keep marketing it, probably.
Yeah. Okay. And then the second half of this news report. It's not all good news though, as the company has lowered its sales projections for the PS5 for the year, from 25 million to 21 million now, and has stated that PlayStation has now stated that no new major first-party franchises will have a new game release before April 1st, 2025. Daniel, what was his name? Roki Totoki?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, There you go. Great name. Great
You
name.
got it. Great name.
Got it. Got it down. He was out here in the streets. He was screaming shit. You know, he getting in there. He apparently
He's
visited
throwing
all the
hands.
studios and stuff. I wonder if they just make him the permanent one. You know, because I know they're like looking for a replacement.
I thought towards the beginning of the year we'd be hearing for a new
Well, I don't
head,
even
but
think
we
he's
haven't yet.
officially taken over yet because Jim Ryan wasn't out until like March, if you remember. I think the fiscal
Oh,
year
is that what it
ends-
is?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Jim's officially out. But it kind of sounds like this guy is like already in. You know.
They kind of have to get him going.
Yeah.
They can't just like, yeah.
Yeah.
They
you
can't
kinda
let,
wanna
even if Jim's like
him
probably
up.
soft been away for a little bit now,
Yeah.
especially over the holidays. Like Jim's probably been done right before the holidays, right?
Jim's on a beach just waiting for this Xbox podcast and just smoking a cigar and laughing.
Got a laptop and he has like one of those coconut drinks on a beach.
I love that. He's got the fancy straw and the umbrella.
And he got his controller next to him so he can
Oh,
hold it
so
very
he can
funny.
game it up, right?
He can game
Play
it
the
up.
latest and greatest game on PlayStation.
Horizon.
Yeah,
Forbidden
whatever
West.
the fuck he's playing now. He's still playing Horizon. He hasn't figured out how to move Aloy yet.
He's not even using the triggers. He can't shoot.
He thinks it's motion controls.
Yeah.
Why won't she move? Damn it! That's why he's holding the controller like that. Makes a lot of sense now. Okay, Daniel. Projections lowered by about 4 million. And then first party franchises, there will not be a major one released before April 1st, 2025. So throughout the next fiscal year, how are we feeling?
Well, I think I would flip that, right? It's like they have no major big first party games, so that therefore they're going to sell less, so their projections probably have to be less. And if you think about what's going to happen in 2025, GTA 6, they're just waiting for GTA 6 because GTA 6 they're going to be selling. Every console's just going to poop. Even Xbox, you know, everyone's going to be buying consoles for GTA. So they can get
100%.
through to GTA 6, like they'll be fine. I wonder what they'll have in 2025. As of right now, it seems like only Wolverine, but my guess would probably be Wolverine and Ghost of Tsushima 2. And that's probably the only two I would guess for that year. And then probably Naughty Dog after that is what I would guess on 2026.
Not Wolverine, Venom.
Venom. Is that
Insomniac
supposed to be
leaks.
2025?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Wolverine
they
is
moved it to
2026, and Venom
Okay.
standalone spinoff. It's supposed to be
Okay.
smaller, like Miles Venom game. Will
Okay.
be 2025.
So I guess Venom, and then I would say Ghost of Tsushima is probably getting closer, and then I guess 2026 probably be
Yeah, you would
Wolverine
hope
and
with Ghost.
Naughty
right?
Dog. Yeah, I mean they've been quiet. We haven't heard anything,
Yeah.
not a peep. So it's been years.
Yeah, since we're on the topic already, I mean, Jeff Grubb saying rumors that there could be an Astrobot game this year. That'd be interesting, you know? It's
Yeah, it's also been almost 4, right? Been
Yeah.
over 3 years.
Yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense. Also, Astrobot, the first one, small game, right? So, also, the
Yeah,
huge
true.
congratulations to Astrobot selling 54.6 million copies.
Let's
to
go.
Way to go, guys. Astrobot. And they're acting like that's not a major franchise now, you know? Come on. Come on, PlayStation. Get with the
It's selling
game.
almost as much as Red Dead Redemption 2. Come on
Yeah,
now.
come on now. But no, and then Concord's also supposed to come out this year. That was said by PlayStation,
True.
so they're also not considering that a major franchise, which I get, new IP and all that.
New
I wonder
IP.
if Fair Games has a shot coming out before or in this fiscal year. You know, maybe that's
If
like
I'm
a
making a
next
rough
March
guess,
game, something
I
like
was gonna
that.
say if I'm making a rough guess, maybe the first 3 months of the year next
Yeah.
year, but I'm gonna guess it's probably maybe that's a next year game too, though. Yeah,
bit
maybe that's
further.
just 2025. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. With the whole no new major release thing, we knew that. You know, like
Yeah.
we pretty much knew that. We could see the writing there. It's
they're
pretty
not showing
obvious you're
much.
not gonna
Means they don't
that.
have much.
Yeah, I think if there was something, we would have seen it at that last state of play, or at least last year at the whatever they call their big events. So I think we would have heard about that if there was a major release. So that's not very surprising to me at all. Unfortunate, but not surprising.
Yeah, they call their big ones, I think, just showcases.
Yeah, whatever they call it. So yeah, I am expecting 2025 to be a pretty big year for them. Ghost 2.
I think it'll
that
be much
Venom
better
game.
than this
Yeah,
year.
I think that.
This year's gonna be
Also,
another slow one.
Marathon should come out around then. We'll see how big that ends up being.
Yeah, I wonder how that's doing.
If
Especially
that
with
got
Bungie's
delayed
layoffs.
out of this year, so you would expect next year at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it feels like they're all hands on deck for the most part on the last light. Is that what it's called?
Final Shape.
or Final Shape. What
Yeah,
am I saying? I don't even know
Last
what I'm
Light.
talking.
What is Last Light? Last
I think
Light
that
is
is a. Oh
not a
no,
game.
that's Metro Last Light.
There you go. Yeah.
What am I talking about right now?
I was
Yeah, no, no,
thinking
the Final Shape.
Infamous. I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, First Light is a DLC. That was the DLC for Destiny as well.
There you
But
go.
no, the Final Shape feels like a lot. They're like hands on deck because they had to delay that. So
Yeah.
it's probably hands on deck for Final Shape getting it out. I know that there's a different team making Marathon, so there's probably still a good amount of them. But they probably delayed because they wanted to get Final Shape out the door. But yeah. Marathon's probably somewhere. You would assume. I mean, they're trying to get these live service games out because they got to get them out so you can really start getting feedback on them, so that they can keep the content rolling for them.
Yeah. And then to the console side, lowering the projections by 4 million for the year. To me, this reads off as a lot like Square Enix with their projections of their games. Is you guys are just aiming way too high with
They
your own
aimed high,
projections.
Babe Ruthed it.
Yeah, because they literally just set a record for PlayStation console sales within a quarter, 8.2 million. Granted, the last one was 8.1 million in Q1 of 2023, so you're not really blowing past that record by any means. But still, yet again, you set a new record for that. I don't know if you guys should really be hoping for more than that, personally. But yeah, I understand wanting to project high, I guess, show off for your execs and whatnot, your investors and stuff. You want to look good for all them, so. But yeah, I mean, it certainly doesn't look good when you guys end up lowering it then either. So I don't know. I think that was probably
That's
a
true.
mistake on their end.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think we keep saying this. We've been saying it for a while that just the industry is in a it's been shaken in multiple ways, not just the layoffs, but just everywhere. So I think we kind of have to see where we are on the other side, and there's gonna be a lot of negativity for a while, I think. So I think sales will probably go down a bit. Um, there's a lot of games, but some of them are failing. Layoffs everywhere. So I don't know. I think we're in a weird way for games, so it doesn't surprise me that they're lowering their projections.
Yeah, I'm wondering when it catches up on the game side if we end up getting a lower output of new releases at some point, like 26, 27, years. It's 2026, 2027. That's what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say. I'm wondering if we get a lot lower output than we're currently getting right now because
Yeah.
2023 and 2024 has just been crazy thus far. So, and I expect this year to be pretty fucking crazy throughout the whole year. So I'm wondering if it's gonna catch up with all the layoffs and stuff.
Triple A's probably yes, but as gamers like us will play indies. I know they're not more the casual gamers really don't. They really kind of mostly play AAA stuff, but like for us, we'll have games to play no matter what, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But
I'm dying for a break. New
drowning in an
releases.
ocean of video
I
games.
need it to stop. Just like
Gaming, calm down.
calm down.
Stand
Calm
down.
Because I'm playing
Stand down,
Yakuza right now, and I just see how close we're getting to Rebirth, and I'm like, oh boy.
And I'm behind you right now. I can
Oh,
tell you that right
I'm
now, and it's
freaking
not
out.
looking
I'm
good.
40 hours in, and I'm like, fuck.
This-
like I
this
gotta
is
put
too
some hours in right now.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I think that we will see it. I think we will see it eventually, but
Yeah.
like, it's going to be interesting. Like, if PlayStation can kind of get it together a bit, I think the key is going to be is reworking how AAA's work. And I've been saying this kind of since the entire length of the show, even before COVID happened, or kind of right around when it happened, is that games are too expensive. They take way too long to make. So make them smaller and make them, maybe beat them a little quicker, right? And make them more budget. I think that's the only option at this point.
Yeah, I wonder if it's possible to just maintain the current budget with games and just kind of ride it out from there.
Instead of continuing
Yeah,
to
instead of
skyrocket them.
continuing to go up, I wonder if it's possible at all to just stay where we're at, and stop. Like I don't know how all that works. I mean, Hiroki Tsutoki was talking about this. It's like we really need to start managing the business side of a lot of these developers and let them be the creators and let us manage this business side. So we might not like a lot of what comes out of that because I mean, that is going to lead to more layoffs too, right?
Hmm.
It just is. That's what's going to. We talked
They're
about it
not going to hit
before.
their
It's like
projections.
the main thing.
Layoffs.
What's the major cost in gaming? It's labor.
Hmm.
And what's labor? It's workers. So you gotta. They're gonna have to let them go. So we're gonna see more and more layoffs. And I don't. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what games look like in the next 5 years or whatever, right?
Yeah, like 250 million is a lot for a game.
Yeah,
Like Spider-Man 2, that's expensive.
it's
It's
crazy.
so expensive. Can they not make Spider-Man 2 for 150?
But what worries me then is if they try to make games
And
smaller,
that's a
is
lot.
what was the main complaint about Spider-Man 2 Online? It's too short, from
Oh, that's a
from just the cat. It is, but that is the major
that's
thing you see, That is
mhm.
the number one thing complaint you will see about Spider-Man 2 is it's too short and there's not enough
Well,
content
my
in it.
complaint is there's
It's
just too
like,
much
oof.
filler.
It's I mean, you're on the exact opposite end, but it's like
Yeah.
I mean,
Not that I want
majority
the main campaign to be shorter. I just think that like some of the ancillary stuff, there's just a lot of filler for me.
yeah.
You know?
I think because if we go back to like 360 era, games were like
10
10
hours.
hours ish, right? A
Yeah.
majority of them were, a lot of them at least. So if we go back to that, I don't know how casual gamers are going to end up responding to that.
Especially when game prices just keep going up.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
And like, what
Like,
if we do get the 80 at some point this gen,
yeah.
even? It's like, I think we're guaranteed to go to 80 when PS6 and the next Xbox rolls around or whatever. But, yeah, what
Yeah.
happens if they go even sooner than that? Like, who could really knock that over is Rockstar with GTA. If they wanted to, they could
I'm
come
charge
out.
$100.
They could come out and charge $100 for GTA 6 if they wanted to,
Comes with online and the
really
main
just
game.
knock that tile over and start a whole movement in the industry of just like, hey, what do you want the price of your game to be?
You're
'Cause-
not gonna buy GTA 6?
yeah, exactly. It's like,
You know?
well, it's like I don't think you might say you won't, but I don't think there's a single person out there that'll legitimately not buy GTA 6 if it's $100. They might say they won't, but I think at the end of the day, you all still
You're
probably
gonna buy
will.
shark cards anyway, so you might as well just buy the game.
Right, exactly. Yeah, half you fucking nerds put like $3,000 into it anyways. At the end of the day, you might as well fucking
Crazy.
buy it for $100.
You know how many bundles? You can go on like the store. You see how many bundles there are with all those shark cards? It's insane.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
People are buying another $60 worth of shark cards. Ridiculous. That's insane.
It's just insane. I'm always am jealous though of the GTA Online community because I just missed that window. Me and my friends were huge back in like middle school and high school into GTA 4 Online. We would just run around
Oh,
and not
dude,
even
so
do
good.
anything. Yeah, it was so fun. We just run
What they
around
call
and not
that?
even do anything.
Is it free something? It's like free roam or
Oh
free
yeah,
play
it was like
or
free mode or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
can't remember.
just
But there was a bunch of different modes you could go in, but really you would just go around
Cops
free
and
roam and just
robbers.
run around. Yeah. You could do
That
all,
was one of my
all the stuff
favorites.
like that. Yeah, that was really fun back in the day. So yeah,
Mhm.
man, very interesting to see trajectory everything's going. I think PlayStation will have a better 2025 than 2024, but still a lot of stuff to play. So it's like they at least picked a good time to do this because third parties are backing them up. Not them specifically,
These
but
2
like
years,
there's
yeah.
so much shit to play that it's like you really, unless if you're a casual gamer, you really aren't noticing that PlayStation first party isn't putting out games.
Or you're not thinking about it.
Yeah, you're not thinking about it at least, right?
You're playing your Call of Duty, your sports games, your bigger AAA,
Your
your Assassin's
whatever.
Creed.
I mean, there's a
yeah.
huge new great AAA game at least once a month right now. So it's there's so much shit to play that I think PlayStation taking a break on first party side and getting the shit together, it couldn't have come at a better time.
For sure.
Cool. All right, moving on then.
So is PlayStation dead?
PlayStation's dead. Maybe next week Nintendo will be dead. Who knows? Can we kill PC? Can we do that?
Mario dead? The PC. Okay, well, PC. They're a bunch of nerds.
Bunch of nerds. You're right.
They don't even matter.
No, I didn't. I did Greg Miller joke. I did my taxes on the computer the other day.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's game of the year.
Game of the year.
Every year.
The first time I played something on my PC in years. All right. Next up, then, IGN will host IGN Live this June, a 3-day long in-person fan event that features, quote, world-class talent, parties, networking opportunities, and unique attractions, end quote. Daniel, I just put this in here. I don't know if they're like really trying to go for like an E3 type of thing here, or if it's just a more of like a PAX fan event type of thing, or if they even have games. It doesn't even say anything about like play game demos here or anything like that. So
Right.
I don't necessarily know what they're going for here, but thought it was interesting. IGN trying to get into that space a little bit.
They kind of have though. Is this like a rebranding of that summer thing that they were doing?
Oh yeah,
Remember
good
where they were
point.
like
Yeah, yeah,
showing
yeah,
games off?
yeah,
Because like they haven't said anything this year about it.
yeah.
So I don't know if they did one last year, but they did like 2 of them, I think. Maybe 3. Where I think since COVID, they were like doing like since E3 was kind of going away or whatever, they were like IGN was like getting devs to come and show their game, just demos and stuff. I don't think there was like a live like in person thing. But yeah, I wonder if this has taken the place of that, because like the marketing of that was very similar to Summer Game Fest. I don't remember the name, and it's like now this is just IGN Live. So I think they're probably like, we need to rebrand. It's too
Yeah.
close. Maybe Jeff called them and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna
Walk out of
take
my
your knees
territory."
out. You better change that."
Oh, what's the guy's name that owns IGN? Pear.
Oh, Pear Schneider, yeah.
Calls him fuck off my territory, Pear.
Step down.
Your fucking knee.
Yeah, we'll see what comes of this. I didn't really follow their summer thing too much because I mean, there's just always a lot going on in the summer, a lot of reveals. So yeah, I didn't follow it too much, but yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring up Keighley because you kind of would have expected a company like IGN to take the place of E3 rather than Keighley, or take what E3 was doing and try to do it in their own way rather than just one person. Because I know he has a giant team behind him and stuff, but like you would have expected a giant company like IGN to take the place of that instead. So it's kind of interesting they didn't get there first, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they are trying to build something here and try to get to more like an E3 thing or what, but yeah, seems like cool. You know, I'm always cool with these type of events. That's fun. I've never been to one, but it's, you know,
Yeah,
people seem to like them, so the more the merrier, whatever.
it would have been cool if IGN would have not did their own thing and just like, we're gonna support Summer Game Fest.
Yeah,
We're gonna like infuse money into this. We're gonna be like, it's
sponsor
Keighley
it or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
yeah.
Keighley cross IGN, right? And it's Summer Games Fest, and it's like, we're gonna support this thing. We're gonna have this thing be the show instead of like keep splintering everything, right? It just seems like everything keeps splintering. Everyone wants to do their own thing, and it's just like, how's everybody gonna watch all this stuff?
Too many, way too fucking
too many
now. All right, well, I don't know. Hopefully they can rise from the ashes and be E3, and we can just go back to the way E3 was.
Or I'll just
only get game announcements every 6 months. It was great.
Or I'll just watch Keighley's thing.
They know a lot of games got reviewed this week, so we're gonna do a little review roundup.
Uh-oh. So good reviews?
Depends who you ask.
Okay. Oh, that was hesitation.
I mean, I don't know, like, what do you consider a good review? The first game we'll do that, Banishers Ghost of New Eden. Horrible name. That's just too long. Should just went with Banishers, no?
Yeah. New Eden would have been pretty cool too.
Sure. Ghosts of New Eden, that would have even worked, but now you're combining it. It's a mess. Currently sitting at an 81 over on OpenCritic.
Oh, okay.
So not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, pretty good. That's better than I thought actually for that game.
DN7, PC Gamer 74, Games Radar 3 out of 5. So it's pretty decent, At a slower time in games, I would pick this up and play it. And I know it's funny because they delayed out of the fall because of how busy the fall was, if you remember.
Hasn't stopped.
Still very busy there. Don't nod.
Stopped.
It's still very busy. But this is interesting. It's just, I remember a long time ago we talked about on this show the whole Don't Nod going into making 7 unannounced games or whatever, if you remember that story. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is one of them, of course. And it's just, I like seeing Don't Nod try a bunch of different things. They must be a very big studio,
Oh, yeah, because they're French.
Yeah.
And I think that there's just not that many huge devs in France. So I think they're one of the bigger ones. Because they just did Jusant the end of last year as well. They have that, I can't remember the name right off the top of my head, but that kind of Life is Strange successor that they're doing.
Yeah, the Stranger Things, Life is Strange thing.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of that right now. But that's coming out this year, I think. The rumors are this year, at least. Because I don't think I had a date when that trailer came out. But yeah, so I'm excited to always see Don't Nod. They always have fun, creative things, even if it's not always like 10 out of 10s, but they always try to swing for stuff.
Yeah, it's just cool seeing them do interesting things. And Jusant review pretty good too. I think that was like mid 80s, and this is getting like mid 80s as well. So good for them.
Yeah, if there is a downtime, I might check this out. Maybe get it on a sale or something.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm right there with you. I would like to play this, but it's just too many. That's the thing, man. It's just too many really high quality games too. It's like
Hmm.
you're sitting here with an 81, but then
You're getting
you got
nines like every
Persona,
week.
Yakuza, and
Tekken,
Tekken all at 90 right now. So it's like, all
Prince of
right,
Persia.
it's just tough. It's tough, guys. Continuing on then with the reviews, Mario vs Donkey Kong is currently sitting at 79. It's a remake of the Game Boy Advance game from back in the day. Daniel, first big Nintendo release for the year.
Yeah, I'm not that interested in the game. Like it seems like a cool concept. Like, you're trying to like puzzle around on this like map. I don't know. I'm a little weary of the game. 79 is a little lower than I thought it would be, personally. But yeah, I would need to look more into the gameplay if I was gonna pick this one up. But I like the concept.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I don't. I like the idea of like a puzzle game coming from Nintendo in the Mario universe type of thing.
Captain
More.
Toad.
God,
Captain Toad 2.
fucking give me Captain Toad, Jesus. And I'm sure that's a way better game than this. But no, yeah, this game looks cool. I don't know if it's necessarily something I'll pick up. I do pick up majority of Nintendo first party games at some point. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe if I see this on sale, but Nintendo games never go on sale, I'd pick it up. But
That's laughable.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Cool looking game. Glad they're doing this because it's an older game.
Yeah.
The further back you go, the better. I think when you're doing these remakes, like I really like that they remade the Super Mario RPG and stuff like that.
Can't
That's
wait
cool.
for
Origami King.
the no, that was the new one.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
It's
Thousand
Thousand Year
Door.
Door.
Yeah.
Yes, cannot wait. I've always wanted to play Thousand Year Door. I've never played a Paper Mario game. I've heard the original one was really good, the N64 one, which I think is on like the online. But
Yeah.
then apparently Thousand Year Door is like incredible, like an all-time great.
Yeah.
So like I want to play Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, that's what people say. Yeah, I missed the whole GameCube era, so anytime they remake one from the GameCube, I'm like, let's go.
Didn't you play Sunshine though?
No, I've never played Sunshine. I've
Oh,
not.
you've not even touched
I've touched
Sunshine.
it. I've never like
Okay.
beaten it. Yeah, I've touched
Mm.
it on the All Star Collection, but yeah, the
Oh yeah.
Sunshine is the one 3D Mario game that I've never beaten. I should do that at some point, but
I don't know if I beat 64. I played a lot.
oh really?
And then I played a lot of Sunshine. I haven't beat Sunshine either.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the one
like
I
that.
need to play is Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2. Yeah. Oh man, they really need to get that
I
one on the
I
Switch.
know.
Hurry
Find
up
a
and do
way.
that. Yeah, because that's probably my favorite 3D Mario. It'd be between that and Odyssey.
It's your favorite?
Yeah, I'd probably say
Oh.
Super Mario Galaxy 2. I like more in Odyssey, just a little bit.
You like it more the Galaxy 1 too.
I do like it more in Galaxy 1 for sure, for sure. I just think
That's
it's a bit of
praise.
a better game than Galaxy 1. And yeah, that is saying quite a bit. It's just a bit more fleshed out, a lot of cool new ideas in Galaxy 2
Yoshi.
as well. You know what would be the most hype thing for me ever is if they revealed Super Mario Galaxy 3 as, as like the
Yo.
launch title for Switch
Let's
2.
go.
That I would freak out at that. That would be legitimately like a dream. That's one of those things because you could see that never happening,
Mhm.
That's one of those type of things where that's
Does it get rid of motion controls though?
Oh, I mean, it would have to, right? I mean, for
I guess there is Switch stuff, but
don't do that. just don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want all that. Okay, and then there was one more review I want to go over. Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 Remastered Collection is sitting at an 83 over on OpenCritic.
All right.
Good reviews there. Good reviews.
Never played those original Tomb Raiders.
Me neither. I heard it
Seen a lot of
holds up
gameplay,
pretty
but
well.
never played.
People are saying it's pretty fun still, so I might check that out too. Again, at a lesser time, I would check these out. But
Happen to know the price? Like what they're charging for these 3 games?
I do not. I'd imagine this is like a $40 thing, if I had to guess. I don't know.
Okay.
But
Is it only a bundle or are they like reselling these individually? Like
mm,
because that's what they do with the Metal Gear games. You can buy
yeah.
them individually now, but
Okay,
or even
maybe.
actually, I think Final Fantasy, all the Pixel
The
remasters,
Pixel
I think you can buy
remasters
them
you can.
individuals too.
Yeah, those you always could. But that
Okay.
bundle's really expensive for the whole thing on the
Oh,
Final
really?
Fantasy Pixel. Yeah, it's like 75 for the whole thing, which is
Mm.
interesting. Yeah, there's a couple of those I really want to play too. With that, I don't know if I want to start with 1 or if I just want to go to the good ones with like 4 and 6.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I'd probably go if I was gonna commit. I'd commit and go through them.
all of them. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be cool to play Final Fantasy 1 just to say you
Mhm.
did. You
Me
know,
too. That's why I want to do it.
and it's just like, yeah, I played the first Final Fantasy. And beat
4,
that
5, and 6 are
just
the
to
ones I
see
want to
where
play.
all this shit really comes from and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, I probably would play 1 too. I heard it's not very good though. Like it doesn't hold up that
It's
well.
old.
But
It's real
I
old.
mean it's very old, right? Yeah, yeah. I definitely want to play 4 and 6 though at some point. I
Yeah, I'm
wonder,
gonna play 4, 5, and
I
6.
wonder if
That's
they'll
the
ever
ones I
get
want.
around doing the HD 2D remakes of those because they're doing that for Dragon Quest 3. So I wonder if they'll ever get around to.
It probably just takes too long.
Yeah, it's probably a very hard thing to do. By the way,
Yeah.
that developer just got bought out by the guys. I forget what they own, but acquired the guys that made Octopath Traveler 2. They I didn't realize they weren't owned by Square Enix. So but they got purchased recently.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
And it wasn't by Square.
wasn't by Square, no. It was yeah, I could look. But yeah, it's very interesting. So I guess no more Octopath Traveler games. I guess. Which is
You don't
very
think that they would
unfortunate.
still work with Square?
I don't know. I don't know who the depends who bought them, right?
Yeah, if it was like another bigger Japanese company, maybe they would have them do a new RPG, but I feel like they would want to keep working with Square. It seems to be working out for them. I don't really know the numbers of how well Octopath 1 or Octopath 2 have sold, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
They
gotta
very
imagine
people like
they're
those
cheap
games
to
a lot.
make, right?
They might just take a lot of time. That because that art style, I don't know. It
Yeah.
seems
And I wonder who Square has working on the Dragon Quest remaster then, or remake, the HD 2D
that's a good
remake
question.
of that then.
You think it's within the regular Dragon Quest team? Is there a chance of that?
Could be, but aren't those guys working on 12 or whatever the next one is, right?
Yeah, it's 12. Yeah, they could be. Yeah, it's probably a big team though.
They were bought by the Kadokawa Corporation.
Oh, is that's who owns From Software?
Oh, yep, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they got bought out by those guys.
interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see what they end up making next.
Are you gonna get that style Bloodborne game
That's the Bloodborne remaster.
or Dark Souls?
That'd actually be very cool.
That would be very cool.
That's actually a really good idea, Daniel. You should pitch that to someone.
Call me,
Yeah,
developer.
No, they're just gonna watch this and take it. You should have said it out loud.
No.
Okay, so yeah, there you go for the reviews of games. I guess we should be getting Rebirth next week, maybe the week after, because it comes out.
It's the 29th.
We're 2 weeks away from Rebirth, so yeah, it would probably.
Yeah,
if I had to
it's 2
guess,
weeks
it's like
from
probably
today.
that Monday. I guess the Monday before it comes out.
You think so?
Maybe they do a week earlier. I swear I saw what the review embargo actually was.
Yeah, I was thinking like the Friday.
I know people
which is-
have it, so
Okay, I was thinking
we will see.
23rd, that Friday
23rd.
before.
That's the Friday before. Yeah, you might be right
Yeah.
on that. Either that or that Monday. Typically seems where they.
Usually Monday has
they
been,
go.
it seems, but
Let me see. Review embargo.
I think they're gonna want to keep that conversation going for a
It
bit.
is
So maybe.
review embargo is February 22nd at 9 a.m.
Oh, it's even earlier than I thought. I said
Is
the
that
23rd,
next
so
week Thursday?
it's next Thursday.
Oh, okay, they confident. They got.
They're
a
confident.
week early. Yeah. A lot of people complaining about the fidelity of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the demo. I've noticed. I don't know if you've seen.
Is
any
there
of
a
this.
PS4 version?
No, there's not. There's not a PS4 version.
Oof.
Yeah, it sounds like took a bit of a hit with the going open world, maybe on fidelity wise.
Oh.
But apparently the demo is from a build that was from September, so we'll see how much more it improves. By the
More
time,
polish, yeah.
by the time the game actually comes out. Not necessarily the biggest concern for me, if I'm being honest. But
it's all about the art direction. At the end
yeah.
of the day, I think.
Yeah.
Like that game's gonna still look great.
But apparently a very smooth 60 FPS on the
Come on, let's.
on the console.
That's what matters.
So yeah, it's like it's like
That's
what
all
you
that
get,
matters.
right? Yeah.
I'll take 60 frames over 4K.
Can't wait. Getting very excited for Rebirth. Getting very excited.
I have not looked into it very much, and
I haven't either. I haven't seen anything. I know the demo does carry over. It's the first 2 hours of the game, and it carries over if you want it to. So that's cool. I'm still not gonna do that. I feel like that.
I was gonna ask, are you gonna?
No, yeah. I feel like that ruins a little bit of it. If I'm being honest, I want that.
Gonna wait for that
new game smell.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
New game smell, even though it's digital.
Oh, it comes out your PS5, man. It comes out the DualSense, Daniel.
Yo, they got a microphone, speakers, and smell-o-vision.
Yeah. You want to smell Red 13? Smells great.
He smells like great. A wet dog.
Him and Barrett, gonna be great. Gonna be fucking great. Oof.
The guns smell bad on his arm.
That'd be really annoying to sleep with that arm, you know.
He can take it off.
Yeah, he can. Does he just have like a stub?
Yeah,
there?
well, you know, he because you have all the attachments, like you could like take it off and stuff.
You'll never see that, huh?
Yeah, wait. I feel like at some point in 7 remake, you see him take it off or something. I swear you do.
I just played it. I don't remember seeing it. I feel like I would have noticed.
Yeah, I swear that there's like either a scene with him with it off, or it's. Yeah, I think so.
There's another guy with a gun for an arm that from Barrett's hometown in the original, which I'm sure he'll be in Rebirth as well. So I'm curious to see.
These guys can't just be walking into stores with guns in their arms.
They just are. They just are. I don't know why is everyone allowed to walk around with weapons in that world, you know?
Yeah,
Cloud's got a giant sword on his back.
A child.
Yeah.
Or even bigger. Like
I've seen Tifa kill people with just her fist. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Eric's walking around with a giant fucking staff. It's like, I don't like why are you guys allowed to do this? You know, it's worse than America. It's just like Jesus.
Japan is worse than America.
I can't walk around with a giant fucking sword, all right, in the mall. You know, like people would freak out. Can't do that. But then just do that in this world, I guess.
I'm gonna get a Gatling gun attached to my arm, and I'm gonna walk around with it.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? You know,
it's part of my arm.
Our last news story. I love this one. Household name Maximum Entertainment held a showcase, giving us a detailed roadmap for their 2024 lineup and announcing an online Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game. They're teaming up with Paramount to make an Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game. Daniel, I'm sure you watched the Maximum Entertainment showcase. Mm-hmm. It came out late last night.
Last night?
Yeah,
Valentine's
like 2
Day?
a.m.
Of course it was
2 a.m. It came out at 2 a.m. Legit 2 a.m. I'm like, what is this? Because I see on Twitter the Avatar game get announced. And I'm like, okay, who's making this? And then I start looking around and I find the Maximum Entertainment showcase, which literally dropped like the hour before I found the news article. And which makes sense because that's where they announced the Avatar fighting game. And I watched the whole thing, Daniel.
Oh, no.
I watched the whole thing.
I got to hear about it.
I kind of wanted to come on here and like treat it like a normal big showcase like we would and like go into like a detailed thing through all their games just because I thought it would have been hilarious. But I couldn't find a news article that detailed all their games.
Oh, no.
Because, Daniel, this video had like, I looked at their 2023 roadmap. I swear to God, we have a YouTube video that has more views than that. Which is really insane. It was like a couple hundred, you know. I'm like, who are these guys? Maximum Entertainment. Just never heard of them. What
other games do they have?
So they make a lot of AA games, and AA is being generous with these type of games. That's being generous with what these type of games were. The one that stuck out to me the most was called Whisker Waters. You play as a cat, and it looks like it's like an Animal Crossing ripoff. You know, but like a very PS2 looking Animal Crossing ripoff type of game.
Intentionally?
Well, no, not intentionally. No. There was also another game where you play as a cat. They really liked cats in this showcase. They had this lady speaking, and she was like, "You play as a cat. What could be better?" And I'm like, okay, you got something there. That's a good idea. But the other cat game, you play as a firefighter, and you like put out fires, of course. Okay. As a cat for some reason. There was a Souls game, Daniel. Just a straight up Souls game. I can't remember what the name was called, but yeah, it's a Souls game. It was hilarious seeing this. It seems like they're trying to go for like every genre. There's a football game, Maximum Football. Daniel. That's what it's called.
I feel like I've seen that in the store before.
It's not out. It's not out, but
No, I
they're
feel like there's
currently
been.
in develop. Maybe they've
Is that not?
made some before.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they've made some
yeah,
before.
maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's a franchise. Okay,
I think it is.
okay. So yeah, and that just looked horrible. There's so much. There was one game where you play as a squirrel with a gun. Is what
That's
it was called.
them.
That's
The
them.
Scroll with the
That's
Gun
them. Squirrel with
game.
the Gun game. Yeah, they're publishing
Oh,
that. Yeah,
wow.
Maximum Entertainment. Telling you, man, look out for Maximum Entertainment coming up.
They're
Embrace your
outside.
wishes. They could be Maximum Entertainment. Okay, that's all I'm
The
saying.
Maximum's not
That's all I'm
laying off
saying.
people. You know what I mean?
They made the one game with the what was it called? The fox and the bird thing, spirit of something. I can't remember, but they're making a sequel to that as well. That the fox and the bird game I've heard of before. That's why maybe I thought I would like trigger something in your memory, but I guess not.
No.
And then yeah, at the end of the showcase, they announced that they are making an Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game, teaming up with Paramount. Paramount. I almost said Paramore, the band. They're not teaming up with them.
No Haley Williams.
No Haley Williams. That'd be cool. What if she was in the fighting
That'd be
game?
sick.
You could fight Katara with Haley
She can use her
Williams.
voice.
She can use that giant gap in her teeth to fucking
Oh my!
eat
Don't make
Katara
fun
or
of Haley
something.
Williams.
I'm sorry.
You're
Haley
gonna
Williams.
catch these hands.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Haley Williams. I didn't mean it.
So what is this fighting game? Is it like a traditional 2D or is it going for those like anime 3D fighters?
So they showed absolutely nothing for it. They just
Oh.
announced that it was being made. It will go into early access sometime in early 2025, is what they said.
Okay, so they're like now getting started on it.
Yeah. Being serious for a
Okay.
second, I do think an Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game is a cool idea. I do think that could work. I could see ways where you could make that good. Will Maximum Entertainment make a good Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game? Probably not. Probably not. But
Mm,
it's a good idea. You know,
yeah,
get some good developers going on that. I'm like, all right.
I love the idea. I just don't. I don't even know who I would really want making that. Maybe like Art System Works. That's
Yeah.
probably who I would want because I want that cartoon
Ooh,
like anime
cool.
style still, right? With their animation, how Arc System Works does.
Yeah.
That's probably who I would say. But not these people.
You don't want Maximum Entertainment making it? Can
No,
we
they
change
could
the
make.
title to the Maximum Entertainment Showcase recap? And then we tweet at them, and they'll be so stoked someone's talking about them. I guarantee it. Like, we could become a Maximum Entertainment podcast, Daniel. You know, we're just dedicated to Maximum Entertainment.
Number one maximum entertainment influencers.
Hell yeah, we rise with them. You know,
Us
until global
squirrel
dominance.
with a gun?
Oh, we get the squirrel on as a guest.
Yeah,
He can come talk.
As long as he
Threatens us.
doesn't shoot me with his gun.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. We'll immediately like shut the fuck up, you two. All right, Maximum Entertainment. I can't wait for the 2025 roadmap showcase video. I am eagerly anticipating that. So looking forward to it. That's gonna do it for the news stories of the week. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel, I'm assuming we're just gonna talk about Yakuza.
Oh, like a dragon. That's, what else are you
Like a
playing right
Dargan.
now?
Nothing.
You know?
Nothing. Ain't got time for
Nobody
other
needs to be
games.
playing anything else.
There's
Like,
like
come on.
6 games in this game, so why would I go and play anything else, you know? Actually, even more if you consider the actual arcade games that are in this game, you know? So there's probably like 20 games in this game that I could go and play.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to most of them. I just got to like the Crazy Taxi food delivery service.
I think it was Virtual Fighter that I played for like an hour. Just in
You ever played a Virtua Fighter game before? Even in the
well,
arcades?
in Yakuza I have now, but no,
Okay.
no, I never actually have. Maybe in an arcade back in the day I did at some point, but not that
You
I
have a
can
Tekken
remember.
like fighter.
Yeah.
I was always more into Tekken. Yeah, I think I just started chapter 4.
Okay.
That tells you where I am. Been doing some side stuff. I think I'm like 14 hours in. Haven't had a lot of game time this week. So kind of had to play when I could. Gonna try to play some today, at least for a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the last mission I did. That basically, like, spoilers, got like Kiryu. There was the big scene with Kiryu kind of explaining what's happening with him and like where he's at right now. That was kind of the end of chapter 3. What sub stories have I been doing? I went to this restaurant and this
That
guy
one was
thought I
great.
was yeah, he
Yeah.
thought I was the guy that was supposed to be a new hire.
And you got to remember the orders. That was
Remember the
so
orders and
fucking good.
stuff?
That was my favorite one thus far that I've done, I think.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a really good one.
Yeah, they had a really cool spin on that. We're trying to remember the orders.
My favorite one, 2 I'll give 2 my 2 favorites that I've done so far. I had just started them last week, but I actually finished both of them, which was, Tony and his lemonade stand, the little boy.
Did you do all of them? Because I think I still have one
Yes.
more for him. Okay.
Yes. I think it's great. It starts off as, like, just this little boy doing that lemonade stand, and it gets really sad and more dark. Um, and then I forget the guy's name, but there's, like, the guy that's, like, trying to find his hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an ongoing one. Once you get to the end of that one too, very great.
I did do
Both
that.
those two, they're like ongoing ones, and I really, really enjoyed both of those two. What other ones have I done? I've been trying to go around getting the I don't remember what they're called, the Bond um
The bonds with your
dialogues.
companions, yeah.
Yeah, like
The
you get the
pink
pink
heart thing.
icons.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do that because I had just had recently had a bunch pop up.
What's
I
like your like how do you play this? Cuz me, I go wherever the main objective is, I for the story, I start walking towards that and literally everything I can see along the way is what I do. So if I'm like walking or I'm near a sub story, I'll do that. If I see, one of the companion talk things, I go and do that. So I kind of just like play it like that.
That's pretty much how I do it.
Yeah.
Every now and then, if I'm like, "Ah, there's like a pink thing right over there," I could just taxi over there real quick for $10 and then go back to the main mission. Sometimes I'll do that.
Okay.
Um, but you know me, I'm not the biggest side quest person, so I will try to stick to main missions. And if like this side quest seems fun or I like the concept, I'll play it. Or like a Dragon series has just so much fun side stuff that like you never know when that's going to be a really good one. Um, so it's like sometimes you kind of want to start it and just kind of see what it is. But even then, when you start it, you never know what kind of twist these sub stories are going to have because they could be wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I love how all the sub stories are just wacky. Like they're all like none of them are really a serious thing. There's kind of some serious stuff like the little boy in the
Those
lemonade
two
stand, stuff
ongoing
like that.
ones are
Yeah.
both pretty serious.
Yeah, there's a couple things like that, but for the most part they're all just like wacky stuff and it's just hilarious.
Yeah, I love just the I don't remember what it's called. It's like crazy something. Crazy
The bike ride
the
thing?
the bike ride thing.
Yeah.
That was very fun.
The bike ride
I
thing's
only
awesome. I
only did the
fucking love
first
that.
one,
Yeah.
but I got pretty far. I did most of the people. I got to most of
Did
the
you really?
objectives
Yeah.
that first time. Yeah, I think I made like 10,000 in that
Okay,
first
hell yeah.
go. Yeah, I did pretty well. But I only had like what 2 minutes or something to do that. But yeah, that was very fun. I like doing little tricks and trying to get all the food and yeah, it's so cinematic. This little like mini game.
Oh, it really
Uh,
is, yeah.
yeah, I can't wait to try the Sujimon
So
game.
that's the main thing that really got me over this last week is I got like really into the Sujimon sub stories.
Nice.
I got so into that. It's I did 3 of the gyms now, so I've done
Cool.
quite a few of them, and
You said there was 5?
it sounds like there's 4 main ones, and then there's gonna be like a leader type thing.
Okay.
Is kind of what it sounds like. Slight spoiler there, but whatever. So yeah, I've been really into the Sujimon thing. I've been doing a lot of that. That's a really fun side thing. I'm like fuck the island in my mind. The Sujimon is the side story I want right now. It's like
Yeah.
I haven't even gone back to the island since they first introduced it. And I don't know if I'm gonna, if I'm being honest. I wasn't like super into the island when I was there. I want to give it, yeah, I want to give it another chance, but it was just like, I don't know. It's gonna be such a time sink, and
Yeah.
I wasn't really liking it from what I played in the tutorial part of it as well. So it's just like, yeah, I better not. I'm sure it's great. I really want Sims to come on here and talk about it because I think he's gonna get.
He
super
seems to
into
be
that
lost
island.
to that island.
He's gonna get super into that fucking island. I can already tell. That'll be funny. Maybe we can get him on and he can come talk about the island a bit more. So yeah, I'm level. God, what level am I now? I can't remember what level I'm on, but I'm chapter 7 like halfway through
Okay.
chapter 7, right around there. 40 hours. I know that. So
40. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I said I'm. I think I was like, what did I say? 14 hours. I think I'm level 17 or 18.
okay, cool.
That kind of tells you what my level is. I'm
No,
doing pretty well.
no
The
spoilers,
main
but the game
story is.
does do it does do something a little unexpected at some point in the main story. So
Hmm,
be on the lookout for that. It's very cool. It was something I definitely didn't see coming, and
hmm.
kind of changed the way you play the game a little bit there. So yeah, I'll tease you a little bit with that, and yeah, that's very fun. And the main story has definitely picked up now for me. I think once you get past the island, the tutorial for the island, which is still really far and deep into the game, but once you get past that, I feel like the main story picks up a lot with all the characters and stuff. And once they kind of lay the groundwork, set the table with all the villains and what you're actually doing in the main story, then it really gets going. And it's really good now. The story's really got me now, so definitely enjoying that. Man, I just love the combat in this game too. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because I'm like seeking out fighting. Like I see a guy across the
Who wants to
street.
fight?
They're like, "Hey, you!" I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck are you saying, bro?" Like, I will come over there and beat the shit out of you. So that stuff's really fun, and yeah, I'm still just having a great time with the game.
I just got to the point when you can um, run into people that are blue and not red or
Oh,
pink,
okay, yeah,
and then you can instantly win
yeah.
by like hitting the left trigger. But I don't really like that it's only on a time. Like it's on a timer. Like as soon as you see them, you only have a little bit of time there
Oh,
before you
you
hit left
have to
trigger.
click L2 really quick. Yeah,
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 you can't just like, oh, go into the fight and then I'm gonna hit left trigger and then it just I can win there. It's
yeah.
like
You always gotta
you have to
remember to
be
hit it.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that goes up and up. So it's like I have like level I think 16 and up guys now, where I just can just press that button and just
Can I
run through them
see
very
that?
quickly. Like when it goes up,
Or like what the number is? Is it like 10 levels lower or
their level pops up above their head when
Mhm.
when you're fighting them. So like if you look real quick, it is very quick how quickly you get through them. So you'd have to like look very fast. But you should have level 8 right now. I noticed, and then it goes to
Yeah,
like
that sounds about right.
it's like level 8 and lower, and then level 12 and lower, and now I'm at like level 16 and lower. Is I can
Mm.
just run through those guys super quick, which is nice. It's kind of weird because it's like, why are those guys there in the first place? I was wondering if this game put like kind of adjusted where you are level wise, and then gave you those kind of enemies, because I've just been on par, and I've done so much side stuff and like fought so many enemies where I feel like I should be like way above the enemies I'm fighting in the main story, but I guess not. Maybe they're just really good at balancing the levels for each, like they're expecting you to do a lot of side stuff and fight a lot of enemies and stuff, so they make the enemies levels pretty high in the main story.
Yeah, level scaling is interesting. I don't know how I ever feel about level scaling. It's like at the end, like it kind of feels good, but then like it feels good to always have like a challenge, right?
I
But
like
then
that
it's
I'm
like,
having a challenge in the main story. I just feel like in most games, for how much side stuff I do, I would be way above them right now.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. So yeah, there's kind of a balance there where it's like you want to like have a challenge, but then you want like your grinding and your like time commitment to be
Meaningful.
justified
Yeah.
and meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if you put the time into grind and play all the sub stories and do that kind of stuff, or even use the materials to like up your like health and stuff, like
Yeah.
you'd want that to be impactful and meaningful. But if it's not, yeah, that it's like, am I wasting my time?
Yeah, that
You know?
is sometimes I do feel like that a little bit, but I am like a good like 2 levels above the guys I'm fighting in the main story, so I guess that's enough. But yeah, I would have expected to have been more at some point, because this game is very much like if you're 2 levels below the enemies you're trying to fight, you're kind of fucked, you know?
That's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's a tough
tough. Like
fight.
you really gotta think through that if you're gonna fight guys a higher level than you. And if they're like 5 levels than you might as well
You're
just
dead.
run. You're not winning. Yeah, like you're not winning that. So it is interesting from that standpoint. I just wonder what level am I gonna have to be to end up beating this game. It's like I feel like I'm gonna have to be very high. In the last one, if you remember, it wasn't like this. It was actually pretty easy until that one part where it got very hard and you had to go grind. And they like purposely sent you out to go grind because they were like, "Hey, the game's gonna get very hard here." I forget, they gave you some sort of warning. And then you had to purposely go out and grind. I think they wanted to adjust from that. I remember, I think Mr. Maddie from Defining Duke was complaining about that when he was playing it, like the grind you had to go do in the middle of the game to get way up there. And maybe they took maybe a lot of other people were complaining about that when the game first came out, and they took those complaints to heart, and they kind of went in this direction with the leveling system in the new one. So I
But I'll say
definitely
though,
understand it.
yeah, to that though, is the first game also had difficulty options. I have not seen any difficulty options in
Did
this
it?
game,
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's definitely not a difficulty option in this game.
which I found pretty odd because the whole series has had difficulty options.
Hmm.
I've not seen one. And that might help with like some stuff, put it on easy. But I'm with you. Yeah, I remember the first game. Really, the first game. Yeah, there was a point in the story where you had to like make money, so they kind of forced you to do other things.
Yeah.
And then there's really only like two fights. I won't say what they are. There was like a mid boss fight where you fought two people,
Yeah.
and then there was the ending last boss fight. Just took a long
Both
time.
very difficult, yeah. The
And
one
other
in the
than that,
middle was just like the one I remember where it was like, oh,
mhm,
I need to go level up
yeah.
because I was getting my ass kicked in that fight.
Other than that, I didn't really struggle too much. I thought the game was pretty easy. Other than that, yeah, this game so far I haven't really struggled. I wonder if it will be a wall, right? I don't know though.
It's set in areas too, so it's like, the level 8 guys are way on the right side of the map, and it seems like the more left you go, the higher level enemies there
Or
are.
the beach.
Yeah.
To go
Oh,
down
dude, the
that
beach
part of
is
the
hard. If you
beach.
go on the
Yeah.
way down on the beach, yeah, there's definitely some difficult enemies down there.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm a
this is
little
not
above them now. So
okay.
yeah, I want to cross that whole beach and just beat everyone's ass at
Yeah,
some
there
point.
was like one of those like bond things down there, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go. The beach wasn't too difficult on the front part of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's probably just the beach. So I went down there and they started seeing pink guys with like crowns. I'm like, nope, I can't fight any of you.
The second Sujiban gym is actually cool because you have to go way to the left side of that beach, and then you have to like swim a little bit to get there. And it's like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool.
It's
That's
like
a
Pokemon where you surf.
it's a very Pokemon thing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's a cool, cute little touch. Did you do the lifeguard sub story?
I did the first thing.
The first thing, yeah, okay. His is
I
very
haven't
good
continued
too.
it.
It seems like the ongoing ones. You're right with that. The ongoing
more
ones are
serious.
actually very well done. Yeah, not that they're
Uh,
all not well done, but yeah, the ongoing ones seem to be a lot of thought put into the story there.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. I did a few other sub stories, but I can't. They I guess they weren't really that impactful. Yeah. Are you waving and trying to befriend everyone? Every like
Yeah.
person with
Oh
like,
yeah.
a
Oh yeah.
gray-
Waving all the time.
Aloha.
Aloha. Aloha. You just do it over and over again. Everyone waves back. I can't wait to go to Hawaii someday and just go aloha. To everyone.
Aloha.
Like, oh, I'm getting so many friends. This is
I
great.
wonder if they actually do that.
Only is that easy to make friends.
Oof.
Oof.
What if you do that in Milwaukee? You just aloha on the road. Would you get mugged?
Just immediately jumped. All right, Daniel. Do we want to play a game real quick? Rank some
You wanna do
characters,
some
maybe?
ranking?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Let me pull up the list here. Where's it at? There it is. All right. We have 58 characters ranked as of right now. And let's rank some more. Ooh, do you want to start, or would you want me to find one to start with?
I don't have one in mind, so if you got one, go for it.
All right. I'm going to do hot off the presses. Just beat the game, more recently, new game this year. We already did one Tekken character a little bit ago, but I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do Jin. Technically, the next. I think it's Jin Kazuma from Tekken 8. He's the main character, Tekken 8. He's the son of Kazuya, the grandson of Heihachi.
Was this the guy not in it? Not in Tekken 8?
No, that's Heihachi.
That's Heihachi. Okay, gotcha.
So this is his grandson.
His grandson. Okay.
Kazuya, the guy who's in Smash, that is his dad. This is Jin. That's Jin's dad. Is Kazuya.
Whole family here.
Yeah, so if you've seen the cover of Tekken 8, that's Kazuya and Jin. That's like the father and the son. And they're kind
Okay.
of like Kazuma was the hero of like the first three games.
Yeah.
Or not Kazuma, Kazuya was the hero of the first three games. And then Jin has now been kind of the hero for a couple games now. Yeah, let's rank Jin. We'll have to do Kazuya as well at some point. Where we got here? So we have Heihachi. Where is he at? Heihachi's at 29. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. There's only like one other Tekken character I think that could be that high, and we'll get to him probably eventually.
Okay.
That's King. I
You
think that's
think
King.
Jin has to be lower than that?
I think Jin has to be lower than Heihachi.
Okay.
My question to you, is someone that might not be as big into Tekken, and really I guess doesn't really know Jin too much. How would you compare Jin to Nina, who we also have from Tekken?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, Heihachi kind of seems like the face of Tekken, but then this
For
guy,
sure.
looking at a picture of him, he kind of seems like the face of it too. You know, in a way.
Yeah, so is Kazuya.
Yeah. It's kind of
Um,
like them three.
Yeah, it's kind of like them. They're the family, so
Sure.
it's like they're kind of the main three characters. But I mean, for you that's not playing Tekken, do you perceive Nina as like even more impactful?
Not really. Yeah, Nina's
really?
like one of those
Okay.
where I'd have to look her up, to
Okay.
even know who she is. So it's and same thing with Jin, honestly. But in terms of iconic status, like I definitely recognize this guy more than
You
Nina.
think you recognize Jin more? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that says something then. Okay. So kind of in between there, if we're gonna keep looking at fighting game characters, how would you compare Jin to Zangief?
Ooh. I mean, me
Zangief is two.
personally, Street Fighter just means more than me, and I grew up playing those. So
Okay.
for me
That's fine.
personally, I would go lower than
Okay. I mean,
Zangief.
Zangief's a very popular character.
He is definitely. I mean, he's got me
Right.
top 10 of Street Fighter characters. You would say, right? So,
He's old
maybe even
school,
top
yeah.
5. So it's yeah, I would definitely. I would probably put Jim below him.
Okay, because Zangief is two spots higher than Nina.
Okay.
And then right in between them is Cuphead.
Ooh,
So would you put Jin above or below Cuphead?
I'll put him below.
Below Cuphead. All right,
One
we'll
below
put that.
Cuphead.
Yeah. So Jin will be right above Nina, in the new number 46. So Jin Kazuya. You got a character for me?
Let's do Isaac Clarke
Yeesh. Oh, Isaac
from
Clarke.
Dead Space.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Iconic
Isaac
horror
Clarke.
horror game character, right?
Especially his
At
look.
this point now, yeah, that helmet,
Iconic suit of armor and
that
the helmet,
that gun,
the plasma cutter for sure.
definitely become iconic over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Has some great character moments in Dead Space remake.
Especially 2. I think 2 had some really good
2
moments
has
for
some
him.
great moments, yeah. And yeah, cool character, cool looking character. Definitely has that iconic status. I would say he's pretty high up there. Not like super high or anything, but like where do we have Leon?
Are you serious right now?
No, I mean I want to go way lower than that. I
Okay.
just want to know where we have
Okay.
Leon.
We have a Leon S. Kennedy, the homie, at 16.
Okay. So yeah,
He's pretty
way
high
lower
up.
than that. What's like, I don't know, 35 right now.
35 exactly is Zagreus from Hades.
Ooh, okay.
Above him is number 34 is Sora.
Ooh. Okay, I would say lower in both those.
36 is Crash.
Lower in Crash.
37 is Elizabeth from BioShock.
Man, this is a hard list, man.
38 is Albert Wesker.
Oh god. Okay,
39 is Luigi, dude.
okay, maybe way lower in this too.
All right, so let's get 40. Okay, this might be kind of where we're talking here. At maybe even 41. I don't know. We'll see. 40 is Age of 47.
Okay.
Who has a lot of iconic status. He has a great look, right?
Yeah.
Not a ton of character there, even though he has a little bit of a character. It's just not a ton. Because he's supposed to be mysterious and you're not supposed to know a lot about his upbringing and stuff like that.
Big shout out to Orlando Bloom in the Hitman movie.
Timothy Oliphant. How about that one?
I don't even know who that is.
He played. Yeah, you do.
Do I?
Yeah, he's the bounty hunter in Mandalorian that has his armor. That
Oh,
guy.
that guy.
He's been in
Oh,
a bunch of
okay. He's
stuff.
great.
He's always great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's great.
he's played a hitman before.
Okay.
So
Uh,
number 41 is gonna be a tough one for you and me. Is Rex from Mass Effect?
hmm.
Is 41? Is Isaac better than Rex? I don't
He's
think
not
he is.
better, but like his iconic status is more. It's a bit higher
Oh,
than
Krogans
Rex.
are a cool design. And Rex is the best Krogan.
For sure, I agree. Well, might have something to say about that, but
I like Rex more than Krogan.
I do too. But Grunt is the perfect Krogan.
That's true. That's true.
Um.
All right,
Okay,
we can
what's
keep
one
going
below
lower.
Rex? Yeah.
Banjo Kazooie.
God damn, we have Banjo
It's
low.
tough. I know dude. It's tough because then even below him, we might keep dropping because below him is Tails from Sonic. Tails is
Oh, I
iconic as
fucking
well.
hate Tails, so we can put Isaac right above that.
I hate Tails.
Fucking hate Tails. Yeah, Tails dead fucking last.
Tails is.
I'll put Isaac
Jesus.
right above Tails.
Okay. So what about? We'll just keep kind of going just to feel it.
Yeah.
Zangief
That's where Zangief was? Shit.
is right
Okay.
below Tails. Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean Isaac kinda Isaac's pretty iconic now at this point, man. He kinda
More than
is.
Zangief.
Yeah. Not more than Zangief, but he is a better character than Zangief. Granted, I don't know Zangief's fucking emotional
The
backstory,
backstory and
you
all
know,
that. Yeah.
Zangief was a poor alcoholic.
Oh no. But he's
Like,
got
I don't know,
massive thighs.
huge
Isaac doesn't have
thighs
massive
and
thighs.
chest hair.
And that hair.
We don't know if Isaac has chest hair.
True. We haven't seen it without a shirt.
No. That throughout any of them, we never saw him without a shirt, huh?
And we've seen a lot of Zangief. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we got the whole picture of Zangief here, the whole thing. Imagine how hairy his ass is. Ugh.
No, I don't want to picture
Ugh.
that.
It's like a triangle, like the same thing on his chest, you know?
Oh Lord.
Looking like a silverback gorilla back there. All right. I can't.
Okay, so
All
I'm
right,
just saying Chief is Cuphead.
Can we just put him above Tails? Because fuck Tails.
Yeah, but we don't want to be messed with this list too much.
Daniel, this whole list is a mess.
That's true.
This whole list is a mess.
What about
This
Cuphead?
is about to happen. What about
Isaac,
Cuphead?
Is Isaac better than Cuphead?
Cuphead has a TV show. No, nothing? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I
Don't
don't
give a
know.
fuck
Yeah,
about
I'm
that
asking
TV
you.
show. I'm putting him above Tails. You could go lower if you want, but I want him above Tails.
All right. I would say below Tails, but
Fuck Tails, dude. We should have Tails way lower. Can we
we're
put
not
Tails-
re-ranking Tails.
Aw, come on.
Tails
man.
Tails has an iconic
I'm
status.
just saying, I don't understand why we got Eddie Raja so low and Tails so high.
You did that.
No reason.
Isaac? I spelled his last name wrong. Isaac Clarke. Isaac Clarke. Iconic. All right. Do you have another one for me? Or you want me to do the next one?
You can do the next one.
Okay. So we got a Tekken character. Should we do maybe we should wait for the end of this game. I was gonna say should we do Kasuga, but maybe we should wait.
Let's wait. Yeah.
Okay. I know you don't have a lot of history with this guy, but I wanted to do a Like a Dragon character. Majima Goro. Or Goro Majima, the homie.
The eye patch guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Been in every game for the most part.
Cool.
Sometimes he's not as big of a character. He's like half the game in Zero. My favorite one. He has like, it's
I
basically two
played a good
campaigns.
amount of Zero.
Mm-hmm. He's great. And he's the best part of Zero.
Yeah.
Like his story in Zero is the best part of Zero. I think Majima is awesome. I might like Kasuga more and Kiryu more, but the rest of the characters in the series, I think Majima is the next
Majima's
best
third.
in the whole series.
Yeah.
So I would put him pretty high up.
Okay.
Especially like even just if his character in Zero alone,
Okay.
I think is very high up.
You play as him half of Zero?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it basically goes like every couple of chapters, you go Kiryu, Majima, and you keep doing that.
Okay.
And they're kind of on their own little story for each character, even though it is intertwined, even though they don't really meet in Zero, because there is a point when they do meet. I would put Majima pretty high up.
Okay.
Um,
I like him. I
my
mean, he seems
question,
very cool from the little I've gotten of him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think for you not being able to play the whole series, it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
You're kind of only get to really see him with Saejima, which is the bigger
The big
guy
guy, yeah.
with the shaved head.
Yeah, yeah.
You really only get him with Saejima, but I like Saejima as well. He's not I think as flushed out as Majima is.
Fuck that fight
Um,
in 7, I'll say that. I mean, we were just
speaking of
talking about that. Yeah, that
the
was
Majima
literally the
Saejima
fight.
fight,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that fight was hard as shit.
Insane,
Oh,
dude.
man.
All right. So, yeah, this is tough.
Where are you thinking there? In
'Cause
like the
I
teens? Are you in the
personally,
teens? Are you in the 20s? You in the 10s
I would
even?
personally put him super high,
Okay.
but I should be realistic for the list and for what we're doing. So, if I'm being realistic, I'm looking at kind of in the 30s here. So, I'll just start low. Is he better than Luigi? I think Luigi's got a lot of iconic status. I think that's going to be a big bar for a lot of characters. I think he's better than Luigi.
Luigi's number
Um,
30?
Luigi's number 39.
39. Oh, okay.
Um, I think he's better than Wesker. We also have more of him than Wesker.
Okay.
I think he's better than Elizabeth. I think he's better than Crash. Once we get to Zag, Sora, Chai, and Doomslayer, that's like back to back to back.
That's
That's where I'm
you're
like,
thinking.
yeah. Then it goes Riku and Sub Zero.
Okay.
It's like, can I put Majima above Sub Zero? Like, I don't know, probably
You
not.
could. But how many games is he in? Like, is he in like all of them after Zero?
Yeah,
I know
I
Zero
mean,
was
he's
the
in
first, but you know
Zero,
what I mean.
1. Yeah, I don't think he misses a game.
Okay.
Even if he's not in, he might be in a few of them, not as much.
Yeah, is he like
I don't
not a
think
major part in all of them?
in a few of them,
In a few of
he's
them?
not
Okay.
huge.
Okay.
Zero's his biggest game because you play as him.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that the only one where he plays him? Isn't there one game where he plays like 4 different people?
yeah, it's not my. It's in 4 you play as 4 people, and 5 you play as 5 people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But it was Saejima is in both of those. You play as him in both of those, but yeah, you don't play as him in a different game. I don't think there was like a DLC for one of them. I think it was 2 or 6.
Any DLC
One of
for
those
these
2.
games?
Yeah, there was like a DLC where it was like Majima. It was like a little story of with him, and you played as him again, but it had to do with his stuff from Zero. But I didn't play it because there's like a girl he's kind of protecting in Zero and stuff.
Okay.
And I think he kind of like has like a interaction with her later in down the line.
Is he on the cover of 2? Doesn't 2 have the cover like the 2 different faces and it's like split down the middle?
Yeah, it's not him.
That's not him. Okay.
2 is Ryuji.
Gotcha.
He's kind of blondish, bleachish
Okay.
blonde. That's The other one who you're thinking of is 1, and that is his brother,
It's Majima's brother.
Nishima. No. It's Kiryu's brother, not blood brother, but brother,
Okay.
like a foster brother. His name's Nishiyama.
All these people
kinda-
just die? Like, where are any of these
Not
people?
necessarily.
Not necessarily. Okay.
I don't want to spoil. I mean, Nishi dies.
Nishi dies. Okay.
He's the villain of basically one of the villains of 1. You get more of him in Zero as well. But
cool.
Yeah, that's not Majima.
When does Zero take place? Is that the 80s?
Yes.
Damn, how old is Kiryu now?
He's in his either late 50s or early 60s.
Okay. He's fucking old.
Well, you think about Kasuga. He's like in his 40s. He's in his early 40s.
Yeah, I know. It's funny you never even... I saw a funny tweet the other day that was like, let me play as a broke middle-aged man in the next Persona game, and someone just posted a picture of Kasuga. Like, that game exists.
It's already here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay. I think he's better than Crash. Zag is where it's tough. Because I kind of like Majima more than Zag, even though I like Zagreus. My question to you, as you know, we're both Kingdom Hearts fans. I know that you don't know much about Majima. Is Majima better than Sora?
I mean, I would say no. you know.
Okay.
But he does have a big iconic status too. Like he is one
a
of the
great
faces
look.
of Yakuza, right? Especially after Zero, I think, which is really when that game kind of hit its popularity. I feel like with the Zero, it's that's when it really started getting on a roll there with becoming more mainstream, at least in the West. So yeah, I would definitely think he's like one of the like how you kind of laid it out. The Yakuza faces to me are Kiryu, Ichiban, and
Majima,
yeah.
for sure. Where's Majima? Give him a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Give
I'm
him a side
surprised.
game.
I mean, slight spoiler. I haven't seen him in 8 yet, so I wonder if he pops up at
Disappointing
all.
if him and Saejima don't pop up. I'm gonna be
They
so
they need to pop
disappointed.
up at least once, right?
In Daigao, because like spoilers for Gaiden, or actually no, you see, so the homies are all together in 7.
Mm-hmm.
Kiryu, Majima, Saejima, Daigo.
Yeah.
They all fight together in that.
Yeah.
Daigo was the head of like Tojo. They're like
What happened to that guy?
I mean, you don't really see him.
You don't really
I
see
mean,
him.
Tojo goes away because remember
Yeah.
Tojo and Omi go away,
Yeah,
the Omi
yeah,
Alliance.
yeah.
So he doesn't really. I don't know.
Do
We don't really
anything.
know yet.
Okay.
Daigo's another really fascinating character I'd like to see more of. We just haven't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I guess we'll put him under Sora. That was
Okay.
a lot of me talking about Majima and how much I like Majima, but
Go there.
yeah. Do you have another character for me?
Do I have another character for you? Let's do Marcus Phoenix since Xbox is dead.
Yo, we have
Celebrate the death of Xbox.
We haven't even done a
Marcus
Gears
Phoenix.
character yet.
We did Cole.
Oh,
I know
we
we
did
did
do
Cole.
Cole.
Yeah.
You're right. We did do Cole.
Where is Cole on the list?
Pretty low.
Pretty low. Okay.
He is.
Yeah,
even
you
though
guys,
we really like
you
him.
fuckers had him at 1 at one point.
No, he wasn't one. He was high, but he wasn't.
He was very high. He's very.
He's
high.
at
I can't remember what
51.
it was. Okay.
He's right under Aloy and above Celeste.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, Marcus Phoenix. Nice, you know.
He has an iconic status.
He definitely has an iconic status. Good character too. I don't think he's the best character in his own game. I think that would be Dom. But at least in the original trilogy, I would say.
Yeah.
He might be the best character in 4 and 5. Or 4 at least.
Yeah, no, I think I think he might be the best character in 4.
Yeah.
And then 5, I don't know, Kate's probably the best
with
character
his fucking
5.
tomato farm. My tomato.
Give a shout out to Baird though. I think Baird's an underrated character in Gears.
I do not like Baird one bit.
I remember this.
I do not like Baird. Baird's a little dork. Stupid goggles.
Okay, so his just on iconic status. Okay, we got to put him pretty high. I'll just swing it. I'm gonna go above like these few characters we just talked about. Compare Marcus Phoenix to Doomslayer.
Ooh, I'd say he's a little above Doomslayer.
Doom's more iconic.
Doom's more iconic, but I think Marcus Phoenix has the character to back him up, right? The
Yes.
character and the writing and the story and all that to actually back him up. So I would actually put him above Doomslayer.
Okay. Okay. So
also, huge iconic status. I mean, he is the face of Gears of War, you know?
Yeah, he's in every cover pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Except for I think 4 and 5.
Still might be on those covers, honestly. I don't know about 4 or 5.
No, because it's it's JD, and then the other one's Kate.
Okay.
Where was that at? There it is. Is he better than Riku? Our favorite Kingdom Hearts character? Or at least of so far?
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I'll throw another one out there.
Yeah, I gotta put him above just.
Sub-Zero.
I gotta put him above both of those just because the iconic status. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, more iconic than Sub-Zero.
Not more iconic than Sub-Zero, but then it goes to the Doomslayer argument again. He does have the character to back him up. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the kind of Sub-Zero's kind of story is pretty cool.
Yeah, you would know that better than me, but
yeah, of like, Scorpion having revenge on the original and like going after the Sub-Zeros and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, and if you want to keep going, Heihachi is above Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Oof. Gonna keep going. Clive Rossfield.
Ooh, that's a good one. Did you see that one thing I put in the doc with, or not in the doc, in the Discord of Star just as Tifa?
Just as Tifa.
That was hilarious.
Why is Clive dressed like Tifa?
Yeah, I'd go above Clive. I'd go above
Okay.
COD too.
All right. This one's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
These next few are gonna be real tough. Sephiroth.
Ooh.
I don't think he's higher than Sephiroth.
Yeah, I'd go right there. I think
Yeah.
we stop there. Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, at the new number
Nice.
28. No, I love when you pop someone's
Nice.
head with a long shot.
Just the best with the sniper rifle shotgun.
Yeah, it's great. That gun's insane. That long shot.
I just remember too. You remember that map with like the staircases on both ends?
Yes.
Yeah.
With all the cars
people
in the
would,
middle.
yeah, and people would be on the other side of the staircase, and like I'm over exaggerating, but you would hit them with a shotgun from there.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's always the best when someone comes around the corner, you know, and you just and they just blow up into pieces.
Crazy. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do another pretty big character, and it'll be the last one for today. We're gonna do Yoshi. Yoshi.
Yoshi. I can't do a
From
good Yoshi voice.
Yeah, because Yoshi. I can't get that high pitched like that.
Not good at this. Bad at impersonations.
Yeah. So, where do you think Yoshi's gonna go?
Okay.
Should I
Yoshi's
start with
cool, right?
Is Yoshi? We'll start with Luigi.
Okay, that's
because we already have another
a
Mario
good
character
starting
here.
point.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Yoshi better than Luigi?
He's cooler. I don't know if he's cooler though. You know, Luigi has the meme. Now I'm thinking about it.
He's got a ghost dog too.
He does have a ghost.
A vacuum.
Yeah, I'd probably go a little below Luigi.
Okay. Then we got right under there again, Age of 47.
Okay.
And then Rex right under that.
Back at this.
Yeah, this is kind of that same area again.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, he has that iconic status, right? Certainly. Especially now. I mean, how old is Yoshi? The character? He's probably like 40 years old now.
At least 30, I'd say.
Yeah. Like, what was the first game Yoshi was in? Was it World?
I want to say no, but I can't think of one.
Yeah.
Which I think was 93. I'll just throw this one out there. It's 2 below 47, but what about Banjo-Kazooie? Is Yoshi better than Banjo-Kazooie?
That's a good one. I'd probably say yeah, just because of the iconic status, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like Yoshi
really
is more
close.
iconic. You gotta think too, Yoshi has a lot of his own games, you know? There's a lot of Yoshi games out there. The crafted stuff,
Yoshi's Island is, I mean, that's a top tier platformer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess if we're in this range then, so what about Rex? Comparing Yoshi to Rex.
I'd probably go... Yeah, I'd probably go one above Rex. I think right around there.
So below Age of 47?
Below Age of 47, yeah, and one above Rex. That's probably where I'd not going with Yoshi.
So Yoshi would be the new number 43. Yoshi!
Best character in the tennis games.
Ooh, is that who you pick in tennis?
Yeah. Well, the 64
Yeah,
tennis.
I haven't played a ton of tennis, but yeah, I'm with you. Usually Yoshi and Peach are like my go-tos for like kart.
Yeah.
So like, and sports games. So I'd probably,
I do that Dry Bones and kart.
Dry Bones and kart. Was Dry Bones? He was the first. Was the first one he was in was DS, right?
Ooh, I don't know. I never played Mario Kart DS.
Oh, dude, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I know. You always talk about that.
Yeah, I love Mario Kart DS.
I played some of the maps on the DLC for what's it called now? Mario Kart 8, yeah.
8 Deluxe.
yeah,
8
Deluxe.
Well, more like 8 Deluxe never stops. So
yeah, now it's
it's
Mario Kart 8 Ultimate. So yeah, you got every map on there. Yeah, some good maps. Good maps.
Yeah.
I really like the Wii maps for Mario Kart.
Ooh, I mean, we had some good ones, but I wasn't crazy about the motion controls.
Oh,
like, it's not one
steering wheel thing.
It's a cool concept. I don't know.
That was the last time I remember like playing games with like my family, like enjoying it.
Yeah.
It was Wii Mario Kart, you know. Yeah, we had a bunch of steering wheels. Yeah, it was a good one for sure. All right, well, that's gonna do it for the Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 210. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I'm ready to go watch how Xbox just died. As we were recording.
The death of Xbox just happened as we were recording. Huh. Watch, my Series X just blew up.
You know, presses a button and blows them all. It's over.
All right, thanks for watching, people. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.